message. I really felt the need to share this. I'm thinking about it earlier. What's today? It's not quite midnight. So yeah, I was thinking about this earlier this morning when I got off, or before I got off. Like, you know, the things that I've been through, where I just refuse to give up. My bad, I had to get in the traffic real quick. This 18 wheeler didn't like the fact that I went around it. I get it. I drive trucks too, brother. You ain't got to be rude with it. Okay, so to give you some context, right? So as a 9-to-5er, it has been a struggle. You feel me? Since I entered into the trucking game back in 2012, my reason for getting my CDL is because 1999, I attended Job Corps. I left 2011, April 20th, 2011. I did a reflection of my life. Like, I looked at my current situation and I did a reflection. And just so happened, which I did it often, April 20th is when I left Job Corps, just to kind of like to check the progress that I've made year after year and working in a warehouse and just everything in my life. I'm like, I've been out of Job Corps for 11 years and nothing has changed in my life. I haven't accomplished nothing. And it was in that moment, I was like, something has to change. Like, you know what? Because I'm like 20 something years old and I'm making $14.35 an hour. I'm like, this ain't it. So, like, you know, I don't want to talk about how much I get paid an hour. I want to talk about how much I get paid a year, assuming that number is high. Like, at the time, I probably was on some 70, 80, 90, even $100,000 kick idea, right? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about I'm getting paid $14 an hour, $15 an hour. I wanted to change that language, that conversation. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get my CDL. Why? I mean, I guess because, you know, it was familiar to me. My pops was in the trucking industry. My cousin, he had a few trucks at the time. So I'm like, you know, I'm just going to get my CDL. So after taking care of the tickets and warrants and all that stuff, I entered into the trucking industry assuming that everything was about to change immediately and it was going to be super gravy. After 2.5 years, my first trucking job, they cut overtime. So instead of being patient and taking full advantage of the opportunities that was there, I'm like, you know what, I can't live my life off, you know, this pay because I was used to overtime. I'm like, I'm just gonna find somewhere else. So I went to trucking job number 2. A couple of weeks after, please just be patient with me. I'm going somewhere with this. Because we didn't just go to sleep and wake up and we're going through it. Like, it was a process that got us to where we are. It was a process. Like, over a number of decisions that we've made, it got us where we are. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if it's death or something like that, and, you know, you can't predict that or prepare for that, you just get a call or get the news, it's like, you know what I mean? So, and obviously, I'm yes, I'm talking about as a 9 to 5, but how it affected my life personally is the direction I'm going in. So please be patient with me, walk with me, and if you feel the need to reflect on what you're going through or what you've been through, to look at where you come from, how it once was, and to where it is now. We got to tap into that hope again, to where giving up is not an option. In fact, we got to go harder now, because we can't give up. We can't afford to give up. People is counting on us not to give up. Like, it's just not an option. And the fact that we've been through it, we refuse to give up. So just be patient with me. I'm gonna try to bring it home kind of soon. I just wanted to share some context, because I feel you. Like, I feel you. I may not know exactly what you're going through. I may not been through what you've been through, or I might have. But like, that feeling of giving up is that feeling of giving up. Whatever is causing that, or whatever's triggering that emotion, to where it's like, I'm depressed, or I'm down, I'm sad, I'm discouraged, I'm just through. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta stay away from that. So 2 or 3 weeks at trucking job number 2, I'm applying for jobs. Don't y'all know God kept me there for additional 2 years before he granted me an out? Like, applying for jobs pretty much the whole time there, not getting out one call. In fact, I think I got one call, and it was, I never heard of the company. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. And then, that's what led me to trucking job number 3, where it's like trucking job number 2 and 3 was the dark. Okay, so I remember I left trucking job number 1 for the money, because they was no longer doing overtime. So trucking job number 2, man, there were times where I was on my way to San Antonio, looking at my check, $500 and something. I'm like, how is it that I'm in this truck just under 60 hours a day, and my check is only $500? Like, this can't be right. This can't be right. And like, talking about discouraged, talking about disheartened, like it was so bad, where it's like week after week, I would, like, tears would fill my eyes, because I'm doing everything that I can here. I'm giving all that I have. I'm doing things that other drivers, like, refuse to do. But I tell my man, yeah, cool, bet, I got you. You know what I mean? And he tried to grant me 1 or 2 opportunities, but it was just basically to help him out for, like, the accounts and the relationships he had with other people. You know what I mean? Like, so when I would help, it wasn't more pay for me. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember that very first time I experienced that, God was like, don't worry. And this for you. Don't worry. What you're going through now isn't going to keep you from where I'm taking you. I felt this peace come over me. I was still going through it. Week after week after week after week, I had to replay what God had told me the first time that I experienced that. And that's what helped me keep it together. That's what helped me to keep going. That's what helped me to hold on to hope. It wasn't hope in me and my abilities and my CDL license or the employer. It was hope in Christ, because he met me again where I was, knowing what I was going through. I'm not going to change the situation right now because of what I'm teaching you in this process. What you are experiencing is doing a work inside of you from where I'm taking you next. I'm not going to remove you from this situation, but I need you to know what you're going through. I'm with you. And it's not going to keep you from where I'm taking you. And I had to hold on to that. I really had to hold on to that, because it was like, man, it was like super hard. How am I giving my everything and I'm getting this? It was so bad. Check this out. I started off with this trucking company, and I was getting, and it's a well-known, like top, like up there, was like well-known company, like up there, like probably like within the top 5. So it wasn't no like little side hustle, ring-a-ding spot. Like, no, this was, you know what I mean? I don't want to throw them out there like that, but yeah. Whenever this book come out, then, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. But sorry about that. I got 3 raises while I was there. Those 3 raises equaled up to the raises I was getting was like a half a cent. How in Sam's hell is that even legal? You can't even give me a half a cent. How's this company able to pay someone that does not physically exist? That's not possible. You know what I mean? Like, man, it sucked. It truly sucked. I had to work. At some point, my man, he gave me an opportunity where I would work 6 days to sell a $700 check. And this was in 2012, 13, and parts of 2014. It was hard. Trucking job number 3, even worse. Those doors are closed today. And this is the well-known freight company. Was a well-known freight company, like, I mean, like in the top of the top. Here, you can Google it, and then, you know what I'm saying, like, it'll tell you what company that is. Getting laid off twice due to change of operation, and just everything. And mind you, I now have a family. First trucking job, I wasn't married, didn't have any kids. The second one, I ended up getting married and having my youngest son, which my wife, she had 2 before me. But like now I have a family, and what I'm bringing in, it ain't cutting it. Like, it was just financially, it was like super hard. So when it's hard financially, like it began to take a toll on your personal life. So it began to like really affect her and our relationship, like really bad. I mean, it was just dark. You know what I mean? Like, marriage, it was just really, really bad. like that for years, like on and off. Bad most of the time though. But me not giving up and just having my hope that the visions that God has given me, the things He has given me to create, the instructions He has given me, like believing in that, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. That's one reason why I quote that so much, because I'm locked in on that. Like that's all I have to bank on is His word. Because I can do any and everything, but if He don't allow it, then it means nothing. And I've made a decision to live for Him, so it's a part of the process. Yes, it's hard and it's difficult, but I understand in order for things to change externally, a lot has to change internally. And I'm not sweet like that to change myself. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100 with you. You know what I mean? Like, cause, like my efforts and my initiatives is based on, it's attached to emotion. So as long as I'm feeling it in that moment, like I'm on it. But when that feeling fades, I'm not as consistent. I'm still holding on. I'm still trying, but not like when I was like, felt like my back was against the wall a minute ago, like where I have to. But it's like, so I need Him. And I understand that seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. And it's not about the material things, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like the struggle been too real for so long. You know what I mean? Like years back when I went to Him, I'm like, I just want to be a better provider for my family. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, like living for you and you know the purpose that you created me for. Like I'm really about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what made me go to Him is where I am now before I left a couple of years ago. And I'm like, man, this can't be it. It just can't be. How's it everything that I do and everything that I'm trying is not working? How is it that nothing has changed? Like, it's still a struggle. Like, I don't understand. Like, what am I doing wrong? I feel like I'm doing everything, well, everything right in a sense. You know, the regular 9 to 5 stuff, going to work, trying to, you know, pick up extra hours and do extra stuff to make extra money and stuff like that. You know, the 9 to 5 stuff. Like, we will always be limited with that perspective and that drive. Yes, be about that and do that, but understand, if we don't have a certain skill, now unless you're working in the trucking industry, then that's kind of different. I mean, working on the oil field, then that's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? And I've even tried to apply there, and God was like, He just, it's like He kept me on this straight and narrow. You know what I mean? He's like, and I need you here because where I'm taking you. So I don't know what your journey looks like. I don't know what you've been through or possibly be going through. I need you to understand what you have been through in your past that led you to where you are. It's not over. As you continue to live, you continue to paint on your canvas. because God have a beautiful picture of your life, even through the dark valleys of it. It's a beautiful picture, and it's our job to align with what His vision is for our lives, so we can keep painting on our canvas. And in the end, I'll be able to look at like what such a masterpiece. There is no way everything that I've been through to where I am now, as we look back, once we arrive or get there or get further, it's like, how's it that this painting has come out to be such a masterpiece? Well, it's because of the master who we're supposed to be serving. So in your go through, the number one thing to do is to never lose hope. I just refuse to lose hope because I truly believe He have a plan for me. And based on like the things he has revealed to me, the visions, the ideas, the things He had me to write down, the things that He had me to put together, create, build, the things He had me focus, everything. I believe He's not showing me all of this for nothing. He have a greater plan and purpose for my life, and I want to be a part of that. So, because that's where I'm at, I refuse to give up. I refuse to give up. You have to refuse to give up. You have to believe, and one reason why I refuse to give up is because I believe that there's more to my life than this. I believe it gets better. So you have to believe, no matter what you're going through, no matter how bad it is, you have to believe that this isn't it. That there's more to your life than this. And when you believe that, you'll know for certain giving up, it won't be an option. Even if I want to, which is not even an option, even if I want to, I can't. I have a family dependent on me. Maybe you just have you. And even if you just have you, guess who's dependent on you? You dependent on you. Yourself 10 years from now is depending on you to keep trying to do it differently, to go harder. Now, so in 10 years later, my man or my girl, she be like, man, look back at you now and be like, man, I'm glad you didn't give up. Because it made way for my life that I'm living now, that I have now, the family that I have now, the future that I've walked into. And it's our job, who we are now, to start to create that. Start planting those seeds now. And planting seeds, we don't know when it's going to grow, but we're going to make sure that we're cultivating, we're watering, we're nurturing that seed every single day. So you have to get to that place where if it's just you, you depend on you. But if you have a family, you have a niece, you have a nephew, you have a mom, you have an aunt, you have a grandchild, like someone is dependent on you. And giving up just can't be an option. And then the final thing is traction. It may not be perfect. It may not be what you wish it would be. But look at the ground you gained 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 years ago. It may be bad for you now, but haven't it been worse for you? Haven't it been worse for you? So just think about where you come from, where you've been, to where you are now. The struggle is still real, but you're not there anymore. So it's like, place your hope in knowing that I am going to continue to move forward. I'm going to continue to make progress. I'm going to continue to keep going. But I'm going to be more strategic about it, and I'm going to be much more effective about it. And I'm just going to just do things differently outside of my norm to create a new. And let that be your start. But giving up, it can't be an option. There's much more, and I've experienced much more than what I just shared with you. This is just what I was thinking about earlier, and I just wanted to give you hope. And you may be feeling like giving up, just to encourage you not to give up. I know what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like, it has been a journey. It has been a journey. But we're not giving up. We're not. If you just tapping into this, just if you have time, listen to it from the beginning, and just know that it's not over. It gets better. You have to believe that, and knowing that you won't give up. You know what I mean? So that's what I have. I have to run in here, and man, I just pray that God give you peace. I pray that the Holy Spirit will guide you, that He will show you, give you vision and clarity in what it is that He needs you to do, what He's trying to do inside of you, even though you may not understand it. But know that where He's taking you, something inside of you has to change. Something inside of you, something has to happen. And what you're going through now, this is just part of that process of what has to happen. Embrace it all and know that He's working something out inside of you, because He see that masterpiece, that future that He have for you. You know what I mean? And He if I can only get you to not give up, if I can only get you to hold on to your hope, if I can only get you to have faith in me, if I can only get you to believe there's more, if I can only get you to trust me even in times like this, because this won't be the last. If I can get you to trust me to keep going, I'm going to show you to that place where I'm taking you to. But you have to trust and believe and know that I am Lord. And that I'm with you, I got you, and just keep going. So you keep going. Keep going. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. You got this. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Oh yeah, if you have not, share this out if you feel in your spirit too. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. There is something that's brewing right now. Especially for you 9-to-5ers that's going through it. It's what God has me working on. It has everything it's for the 9-to-5ers. It's including managers and stuff like that too. But it's more about his people who are still oppressed. Like at as an employee at the companies that we work at, like, you know what I mean, like, and he definitely have a plan for us. So he just had me working on it now. And please subscribe, and so you can get the notification, because when that time comes, I'm going to direct you to um, a new YouTube channel where it's going to be strictly for that. And man, it's going to be powerful. You know what I mean? So just be a part of that. And yeah, man, until I see you guys again, hold on. Don't lose hope. Don't give up. It's going to get better. You have to make sure that, though. All right, much love. Peace.